this week's episode of PB's Retro Restorations. This week I'm making this little Coke machine that came with the 1977 Ford kit that my mum got me a while ago. I've built the van as well, that'll be a separate video. I'm re-recording this voiceover as some of you who had the misfortune of watching the first time I uploaded this video had all sorts of issues with the sound despite my best efforts. So I'm having another go. Hopefully it'll work out this time and I'll get the hang of Premiere Pro fairly quickly. I'm kicking off by using a discount store tea light, you know, those little ones that flickers just like a real candle, kind of. And I'm going to drill a hole in the back of the machine so I can still have access to the switch to switch it on and off, obviously. I have done an unboxing video to go along with the van build, but since how I haven't uploaded that yet, the Coke bottle crates come moulded in like a green, simulated green Coke bottle glass, which is really cool. So I just masked off the tops of the bottles and sprayed the crates. I primed the crates and also primed it underneath, which wasn't the best of ideas, but they came out good in the end. I'm also going to spray the insides and outsides of the body of the machine black and the front of it too, just to help try and contain the light so you know it's not shining through the insides and all that stuff. Okay, so of course I sprayed the whole front of the thing black, which was a mistake because, you know, I want the light to come through somewhere, so I sanded off the top of it to facilitate that outcome. At first I tried to cheap out, or not cheap out, do it the quick way and use some of this label maker tape from the 1970s. It came from one of those click type label makers. It's like a wood grain effect, and it's great for flat surfaces, but it was not going to work here. It wouldn't go over the little bumps and ridges, and it didn't matter what I did to it, it wasn't going to work. So I had to go the other route of painting it. What an ordeal. So I've got the burnt umber oil paint. I've done a base coat of a lighter yellowy colour. It doesn't really matter, something sort of wood looking. And then I get a stiffer brush with some, yeah, like I said, burnt umber oil paint. I'll paint that over the top, and then you can sort of drag, you know, grooves and grains in it and let a little bit of the lighter colour underneath show through. This is a technique I learned from watching HPI Guy. He's a legend. He doesn't need me to plug his channel. He's the goo. I've got so many tips from him. So, and I think he's built. I know he's built this one himself. So, anyway, I like the effect I got in the end. Okay, so over the black, I sprayed the whole cabinet white, or the sides of it white. And then I masked that off and applied the red stripe around it. And I basically made it look like the box art. Now, I know Graham is going to watch this again to make sure he gets his Temu pen shout out, so there's your Temu pen shout out, Graham. Thank you. And I did read your comment on the first time I uploaded the video. And the reason I don't put a video out every week is because it's very hard to put a video out every week between actually making something to film and then editing and all that. And it sounds like a sad story for poor old PB, but I am working on getting back to having one video each week. It can be a bit time consuming, as you can imagine, viewers. Anyway, now I've forgotten what I was. Yeah, so I went around all the chrome trim on this, and then I neatened it up where I'd oversprayed with just a black pen. Put a bit of black wash inside all the little chrome details on it. Round2 do give you decals for the coin slot and the bottle opener and all that stuff, but I don't know. I think it looks better when you paint it sometimes. With the little drink label decals, I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to do them, but I put them on from behind because I thought it looked more realistic, like the buttons on these old machines did or do. And once they dried, I applied some silver paint across the back of them rather than try and paint the front and destroy it. And here's where I thought I'd get really clever and put some aluminium foil on the insides just to help reflect that light around the area. I'm not sure how much of a difference it made. I'm not sure it hurt. Whether it helped, I'm not sure, but anyway, I thought little light, probably not going to generate much, of a radiant, light, so that's what I did.
Well, that worked better. I was going to try and paint the front of it, viewers, but painting the back of it, I thought those little labels wouldn't quite line up, and they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. Give another coat in a sec.
Alright, and there we are. It looks like it's really bright in one spot in these photos, but it's actually in the flesh it spreads out a little bit more. I'm pretty pleased with how it's come out. It's going to look great in the garage diorama that I'm starting to build. We'll see how that goes. Thanks very much, viewers, for taking the time to watch my video. If you watched it the first time, I'm sorry about the sound issues. If you watched it a second time, you must really hate yourselves. But I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you letting me know. I can always take criticism when it's constructive. I'll have a diecast video for you next week, viewers. Hopefully not haunted by the ghosts of the undead. Have a great weekend, a safe weekend, and I will catch you next time here on PB's Retro Restorations. Bye!